Satnam. Happy Saturday. Happy any day that you might be doing this challenge. Who knows? These YouTube videos that I'm posting it on, you know, I myself might replay this sometime in the future, you know, give myself companionship during my practice. But welcome. Today is our day 55. Rocking on the number 5. Challenges ahead. Balancing. It's going through the hurdles. So it's a double number. So it's a good, strong, energetic number. And we're still continuing to work on our inner conflicts, our shadows. I certainly have an interesting path unfolding in front of me. There will be some changes. I'll be going to New York for a couple of weeks to be with my parents, and it will be interesting how this whole thing's gonna play out. They live in a small apartment, so I could imagine my dad looking at me going like, what is she doing? But it's okay, you know, it's okay. It's part of the package deal, you know. We get stronger in our sense of being, in our core, and then it's not as scary to show up. Kind of like the same if you are presenting something, you're speaking in front of the audience. You know, some people at first have the butterflies and are nervous, but then every minute into it, you get more relaxed and you kind of get in your flow. And so I'm hoping that, no, I know I'll be okay. I don't have to hope. I know I'll be okay. I'm pretty sturdy and holding my ground at this point. But I'm not sure if we're gonna keep the time of 12:30. That's the only thing. So we'll face that when we get to it. But we're doing today our usual 3-minute Kriya, Fist of Anger, and we're doing 6 minutes meditation for inner conflicts. So again, all the checkpoints, try to remember them. You've been now doing it for 55 days, and it's not that we're chasing perfection, but you are tuning your instrument and making it just right. There's a story that I heard once when I was taking another class, and the teacher shared that the little Buddha was in a boat with his teacher, and the teacher was explaining that if you have an instrument with a string and the string is too loose, it's not gonna make a really good sound. If the string is too tight, it's also not going to work. It could snap, it could break, and it's not gonna make the right sound. So it has to be just right. And only you know, right, what that right is how do you attune yourself to that vibration, to your inner you know, pulse that's going out, that you give off. And so there's a lot going on. We're in a holiday weekend now. We have Labor Day, and I don't know, it feels different. With the COVID, everything feels different. But, you know, part of this is to accept, you know, and allow, and to just witness. And I know there's a lot of divisions and theories, and, you know, you could get so wrapped up in it, or you could just create space to observe it and to let it unfold. Earlier this year, there was a whole fiasco I should call fiasco. It's a huge tragic event that we uncovered some allegations against the person who brought Kundalini Yoga to United States, Yogi Bhajan, and it was really challenging. It really shook a lot of people to their core, people who devoted their lives to this practice. And it's not the practice that's in question, it's the messenger, it's the person that brought it. And so we were learning how to differentiate between the teacher and the teachings. And there was so much pain being uncovered in the allegations that came through. And it was, it's interesting because you get wrapped up in it, and it's like a vacuum. It just sucks you in, and then you're just in it. And you know, I remember like reading some of the posts and people were sharing, and they were thinking and questioning everything, things that I wasn't questioning. You know, I figured, okay, you know, Osho was, you know, not so kosher, and there was other, you know, Bikram Yoga, you know, whoever his name was, wasn't so kosher. And then, you know, there was a lot of spiritual teachers that, you know, did stuff that was dark, you know, that you wouldn't think that they would do that. You know, consider somebody a holy person, a godly person. Why would they have such dark actions that they would do? But don't we have it all? Don't we have a good side of us and the dark side of us, the shadow side of us? You know, some of us don't act out on it. So I feel that you could like really get sucked into it, you know, and feel it and process it, or you could kind of like, let me just snooze that for a couple of days or weeks, you know, and let me just process it. Within the Kundalini Yoga community, yes, there was a lot of pain, there was a lot of discomfort and trauma that came up to the surface. And I love this practice. I enjoy this practice. This practice has been transformational for me, for my family, for everyone that I've taught and introduced this practice to. And this practice has been around way before Yogi Bhajan. And so it's okay. But what happens is we get so wrapped up in it. It's like you're swimming with the current. And sometimes it's awesome to kind of climb on the shore and just sit on the shore and watch the river flow, you know, and just watch it. I've witnessed so many things that happened with this event. You know, people were giving up their spiritual names because they didn't feel like it was good to have them, or people were burning books, you know. And I remember reading people accounts and their stories, and I was thinking to myself, wow, that's you know, that's not me, that's extreme, that's not me, that's not where I sit. To be able to separate and create space rather than just like a mass movement in all direction. And I think each one of us brings our own gift into the world, and Yogi Bhajan brought his gift into the world, and we all have parts of us that we have to work on. That this meditation that we do, resolving inner conflict, I feel that meditation is very powerful in uncovering some of the things, some of the dark corners of our subconscious mind that we still have to address, or even look at, or even become aware of. And so whatever it is that you're working on, kudos for you, and to you for being here and continuing on this course for 55 days and so many more days to come. So let's tune in and proceed. Bringing the hands in front of the heart center, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a deep inhale together. And full exhale. Inhale deeply again. And exhale. Deepest inhale, suspending the breath at the top, focusing the gaze at the brow point. And exhale. And let's inhale deeply to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Deeply inhale. Suspend the breath, engage the root lock, hold the gaze to the brow point, consolidate. And exhale. And relax. Okay, so refreshers. Thumb is on the Mercury mount, squeezing the thumb with other fingers, backward strokes, focus at the brow point. O-shaped mouth with a breath of fire, working the navel point and mentally chanting heart if that jives with you. So we're doing this for 3 minutes. That's the max time for this Kriya as it was taught. However, I don't know what would happen if you were to do it longer, you know? So if you try it, comment and let me know how it goes. So here we go. Let's establish the breath first, sitting up nice and tall, engaging a gentle root lock so you feel grounded, safe and secure in your space in this moment in time. Powerful breath, transmuting the energies of anger, burning that anger up. Deeply inhale through the O-shaped mouth. Interlace the fingers, stretch the arms up, pull the root lock tightly, hold the gaze to the brow point, consolidate the energy. Cannon breath out. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale and sweep your arms out by the sides. Bring them to rest onto your knees in Gyan Mudra. Wisdom seal. Stay in the space. Let's take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale deeply. A sigh or an exhale. And whenever you're ready, you may gently open your eyes and take a little bit of water. When I was applying to teach yoga at a yoga studio, an owner of the studio asked me, "Who's your guru?" And the whole idea, and it was like a trigger question for me. I'm like, why do I need a guru? I went to training, I did my practices, I learned the material, I don't need a guru. And so this whole idea of having a spiritual teacher, a guru that we follow, is so outdated. It's so outdated. And then of course I was going to Judaism school, you know, some classes that I take periodically. And I remember in one of the lectures we were talking about Rabbi Schneur Zalman, who created this collection of books, How to Live Life and how to get in touch with the Rabbi inside. So instead of going for advice and consultation and, you know, this counseling or coaching or whatever you want to call it with the spiritual teachers, you know, he wrote a book that if you read it, somehow you'll find the wisdom within yourself. You'll find that Rabbi within yourself. You'll find that guru within yourself. And that deeply, deeply, deeply resonates with me, because when we put our trust and faith into someone else to guide us, to help us, to tell us what to do or how to be, we give away our power. We're making ourselves way smaller than we really are. And so it's okay to start maybe in the beginning, you know, like when I decided to embrace on a personal health journey and I, you know, wanted to claim my health back and start exercising and working out, I had no idea what to do. So yes, you hire a professional, you hire a personal trainer, and they put you through the routines and they teach you. I remember like whole fitness jargon was not part of my language. I didn't know squat from lunges. I didn't know any of that. And so for the first 3-4 months, you know, you need that teacher that's gonna kind of get you going. But after a while, you know, tap into your own power, tapping into your own higher self, you know, that wisdom that's there. It's there. Or do your research. You know, I was researching and I was going through different sources to compare workouts, compare body mechanics. I did the same thing with nutrition. You know, I can't follow a fad diet. You know, first it's this way and then it's that way. You know, when I first embraced on a fitness journey, I think the one thing that hit the shelves in the late 90s was the Atkins diet, and then it was revamped and was called South Beach diet. You know, but it's like you pick what resonates with you and you learn from different things. And you know, same thing with having teachers. You know, I don't have one guru. I looked at who else was teaching Kundalini Yoga. Everybody has different styles, and you extract the nectar, you extract what resonates with you. Maybe one teacher was explaining a lot of things and it made sense, like, oh, that's why we're doing this. Okay, that's good, I didn't know that. Or maybe some teacher allows for more space and silence, and at first it would trigger somebody because they can't handle the silence, you know. Or maybe some classes where the shavasana was too long and you had to sit with it and you had to deal with it because you're restless. But eventually you learn and you overcome, and you learn your flow. So just sharing that when we take our power into our own hands, we're much more powerful. We're much more, I don't know. It just, universe supports you in every possible way when you do that. It's when we give away our power, is when we feel weak and betrayed, and you know, it's tough, and only you know what situation and how it unfolds and where it's guiding you. So for our meditation, hands are at the heart center, on our chest, thumbs are up, all fingers are together, resolving the inner conflict, gazing to the brow point if the eyelids are fully closed, or eyelids are 9/10 closed, looking down, allowing for a little bit of light. Sit with a nice, good yogic posture, lengthened spine, chin tucked in, chest up, heart is lifted and open. The breath is 5 counts inhale, 5 counts exhale, and total stillness, suspending the breath out for up to 15 seconds. And again, like I mentioned the other day, if these partitions are comfortable for you, challenge yourself and maybe increase by a second, but do it evenly across. The idea is to suspend the breath and be relaxed in it. Be relaxed in your body. Don't scrunch up. Don't tense up the face. So here we go. Let's take a deep inhale first. A full exhale. And then begin. Slow and deep inhale. Full and complete exhale. And then suspending the breath, keeping the breath out with relaxed diaphragm, relaxed abdominal muscles. complete this cycle. When you're ready, take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale. Inhale, shake the arms. Exhale. Just stay in this space for a moment. Sense and feel. Allow what is to be. Take a deep inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. All right, lots of resistance from me today. Lots of resistance. Why am I doing it? What's the point? Who cares? You're not doing it right. You know, people tuning in don't know what you're doing. They're just watching you sit there. Oh my gosh. So yeah, just listening, not watching it. Nothing I gotta fix, nothing I gotta do. Just let it burn itself out. Let it go. Let it move. We're not suppressing it. We're not fighting with it. I'm not arguing with it. I'm not trying to defend. It is what it is, and I feel it's how true I could be to myself and how committed I could be to myself. This is just an outlet for me to be and to do what I do. So let's seal our practice with one long Sat Nam, bringing the hands in front of the heart center. Let's take a deep inhale first. And full exhale. Inhale deeply. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for participating in this challenge with me. Sat Nam.